Hello teacups, what's brewing? So I'm here with Chantal's video, vlog cooking on what I ate today and more. She actually uploaded it, I think, a day or two ago right now. It's currently Monday the 22nd of June. I didn't react to it yesterday because it was Father's Day. I called my dad. I was meant to be home in the UK for the summer, so I was going to be there with him and I wasn't, and I just was feeling a bit burnt out on everything and decided to take the day off. Mental health, take the day off. So we haven't had an upload from Chantal today, which would usually concern me a bit more because this is prime time for her quitting a plan and having a binge. But she did mention that she was going to a barbecue today, so I'm sure we'll get a travel vlog from her at some point in the next few days. And she did post a picture up on Instagram of a plate of food she had eaten, and it looked like a decent plate of food. It was mainly protein, it had a few sides. It didn't look like anything to really cry home about. The only thing that concerned me a little bit about it was the fact that it did say underneath, I skipped breakfast and lunch for this. And I was like, that's a terrible idea. Even if of course you try and control your calories around the rest of the day to balance out what you're eating. But especially with the fact that she does tend to binge and that she struggles later in the night to not eat things she shouldn't, I think she would have put herself in a much stronger position if she had eaten low-calorie, filling foods before she had gone, even if she ate very lightly, to help her kind of not feel quite so hungry. Because you're just inclined to eat more if you go too long without eating. But we don't have a video for her about it yet. We don't know how it affected her, if it affected her, and hopefully she's doing well. So with that in mind, this is from a day or two ago, whatever the date for the upload was, I can't remember. And let's see how she did in her day 2, shall we? Oh, Saturday, June 20th, sorry. It does say right here, so 2 days ago. Sammy is big sick.
Oh my God. I can't believe I'm turning on the camera right now.
Let's be real, you've turned the camera on worse. I've seen you naked.
Yeah. Hey guys, I know I look like crap right now. You don't need to remind me. I haven't been to bed yet. It's almost 6 in the morning. The last thing I ate, you saw me eat on camera, like, it was that dinner, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Don't go that long without food.
This is not high vibrational food.
And that does not shock me. I know I shouldn't laugh. I don't mean to sound quite so smug. I really don't. I'm not surprised at all. She had no protein. She'd eaten that whole day 2 oranges, 2 sweet potatoes, and buckwheat noodles with whatever the green vegetable was in a sauce. Like, she needed more food than that, and it's rare that I say that about Chantal, but she needs to eat an amount justified for her level of weight loss. So it takes about 2,900 calories a day to maintain her weight, something along those lines. So she could eat 2,000 good calories a day and still see a decent amount of weight loss. There's no reason for her to starve herself. And to be honest, even if she'd eaten twice what she ate, she A, would have been okay, and B, would have been okay in terms of calorie level, but B, probably still would have struggled with cravings because she needed protein, which is what she's eating here. I don't have a problem with bacon and eggs as a breakfast. I think she could have had spinach or a vegetable with it just to make it more balanced. And she could have done without the salt on top because, like we said before, sugar, salt, she's having issues with blood pressure. The breakfast is not a problem, but she needs to let go of this vibrational food thing. It's no good for her.
I'm like actually so hungry.
I'm not
the headache.
surprised.
I'm feeling nauseous. My head was cut off, and
your head's cut off now. I don't see that as an improvement. I'm not surprised she was feeling sick. She didn't have any fuel in her body, not really. Why has she been up all night? If it's 6 a.m., I mean, if it's just her sleeping being terrible, my sleep is the same. I'm not about to. She will definitely feel better if she sleeps regularly. What's that thing they tell addicts? HALT. HALT. H-A-L-T. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. And those are like 4 times when you're more at risk of relapsing. And being awake all night is going to be kind of terrible for her, especially if she's saying the last thing she ate. So legitimately, if we saw her eat at whatever, let's say, for example, she ate at 8 p.m. We don't know what time she actually ate. Well, do we? Do I remember that? Then that's going to be a solid 10 hours without food, which would be fine if you were sleeping through 8 of those hours. But of course, she's awake through the whole thing, and she was hungry from the day. Of course, she's going to be starving and probably feeling sick.
I'm actually waiting. Not meant to be a mukbang, but that's so good.
No, don't give me. Like I said, I don't have a massive problem with what she's eating. Bacon and eggs is fine. Although I suppose bacon with her suspected blood pressure issues might be a problem. But she's like, shh. I said, shh. I'm like, bitch, I was telling you yesterday you should probably be eating closer to this than what you were eating. So, I don't know, she's shushing us because she gave us an unrealistic plan that she then couldn't stick to. And I'm like, if she can eat more realistically today, I'll consider it a win, you know? God, that's so crunchy.
Just 4 pieces of maple bacon and eggs in the microwave with a bit of ketchup.
Maple bacon? Really?
I'm gonna make a strong coffee after.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
You will need it.
Sam, I think he's sick.
Aww.
I'm just trying to keep my cool right now.
Like what? Is this because of Timbits and them transferring the illness? Although I suppose they'd have to be tested to know that, wouldn't they? I hope it's not that, because that's 100% them cross-contaminating the cats.
I need my energy, so I had to eat something like, I know this is gonna sound bad. I couldn't stomach like any more greens or avocados or anything. Like I don't know.
She actually could have put some avocado with this and it would have been perfectly lovely. But when she says can't stomach, I'm assuming she doesn't mean physically, because I know she has a lot of stomach issues from her food. She always does this. She buys a pile of food and she's like, I can't stand it. Why does she keep going back to veganism? Is it, I mean, my suspicions are, one, because it worked once before, but different things work for you at different times and different points in your life and different needs you have at different points in your life. So veganism, when you're trapped in a camp with no other food available that someone else is giving you, I think is very different from your situation right now. And I think also she just likes the image of it. But if she genuinely doesn't like the food, she said it in lives before, she doesn't like to eat vegetables. And I'm like, in which case a vegan lifestyle is not for you. She doesn't mind drinking them, but she doesn't like to eat them. So whenever she goes into these meals and she's like, oh, the vegetable is so fresh, she doesn't like the food she would have to eat. So why go back to it all the time? Why do you think it's going to work for you this time when it hasn't before?
It's just hard. I think Sam is, this is going to be gross while I'm eating, but
of course it is.
He's had diarrhea.
Oh, on the boxes again. That's why you move the boxes.
Since last night, just all of a sudden. I did see him eat a bug. I didn't see what kind of bug it was.
How many bugs do they have in their house? She's constantly, that thing on camera we saw the other day where she ate a bug. I'm like, dude, clean your fucking house or close your doors. I don't know how they're getting in, but stop letting your cats eat them.
Chewing it as I was getting to him. I don't know if it was that, but he's had diarrhea.
Don't kiss him.
He's alert, but he's not acting the same. Like he's acting really, like he's not feeling well.
All right.
He keeps going to the litter box like a good boy.
Well, that's good at least. If he's alert and he's using the litter box, but he's just going to the bathroom more often. I don't have pets, so I realise that, fur babies and that whole connection, but does that constitute staying up all night terribly worried? Which is what she's telling me right now. Like, he has diarrhea, yes, make sure he gets checked.
When I was cooking the bacon, he did jump up on the counter and
he
like
seems
he wanted
okay.
some. But I'm trying not to give him any food right now. There's fresh water, but I have to wait.
Have you ever considered using that rule for yourself? When you're shitting everywhere, maybe you should stop eating? I think that would be really helpful as a general life rule for her.
Timbit was supposed to have an appointment at 8:30 for her feet, but it's not an urgent appointment, and the animal hospitals have like a 10-hour wait.
Shit, is that true? Wow.
So I'm waiting to call the vet when they open at 8 to see if they'll see Sam instead of Timbit.
Oh, we rescheduled Timbit. Okay, so she doesn't want the hate in the comments. We're like, why isn't Timbit seeing somebody? Which I was actually thinking. I was like, well, he's got an actual condition you know about. But fair enough.
But I should get him checked out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely do. It's an unusual
I called the
behavior.
animal hospital and they said, keep an eye on him. If he's alert, should be all right until the morning. So I'm just trying to stay awake. I'm so tired. Like, that's gonna ruin the whole day, guys. So.
But why is she trying to stay awake? They said he'll be fine till morning. And his litter box is in her room, right? So if there's going to be a problem, she's going to wake up and hear that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm being maybe a little bit too unfeeling because I don't have a pet I have a connection to.
This vlog is just going to be me showing you what I'm eating.
Okay.
To hold myself accountable.
Well, at least she still wants wants in as much as she ever wants it. At least she's still trying to hold herself accountable. Because when she said this is going to ruin the whole day, I was like, if this is the excuse she uses,
I guess I'll probably be sleeping most of the day.
All right, well, then you won't be eating most of the day. That's something at least.
Depending what time we get back.
It will help you in some ways.
From the vet. I don't know what's going to happen. But I just wanted to.
He doesn't appear to be dying, so I think it's going to be okay. But like the vet will check him, you'll be fine.
Do some kind of video, even if it's just like a food diary.
That's fine. We just want to see you on track. That's all. And life will happen.
Hi, Sammy.
It's going to be a lot of cat stuff.
I watched the entire Gone with the Wind movie. It's really racist. Like, holy crap. Anyway, but I watched it. Oh, it was a long-ass movie. So.
Yeah, thank you for your review.
I'm going to make a strong coffee. Try to stay awake.
I don't have any coffee to drink with you today because I ate something right before I started watching this and I can't drink after I eat for half an hour.
So I can call the vet.
Oh.
So.
I'm cutting this. Basically, he just rants about her using stupid non-science like vibrations in her food. And frankly, it's not often I agree with Pete, but I'm with him. It's all crap. So we're gonna cut through this.
Poor Sammy, doesn't seem to be feeling well.
I usually cut out the cat stuff, but the boxes still irritate me. I understand they kept that sellotape together. They kept that one for a reason for the cats to play in. But there is a very obvious, huge ass cat tree in that room. Get rid of the sodding box. I'm gonna keep going on. Like, throw out your boxes 2020. It's the campaign of these videos.
We're gonna call the doctor soon. Hi guys, we're back from the vet.
She's quite red.
So tired. I don't know how we are doing all this on no sleep, but we are. So, good news, kind of. We brought Sam to the vet. The vet checked him out, gave me a call. She said that he was well hydrated. He didn't have a fever, and as you can see, he had an appetite. So that was in the clip I cut out. It was him eating, and then she was like, "Oh, it's good you're eating." And I was like, "You stopped feeding him food. Of course, he's eating now." But I'm glad it didn't seem to be anything too serious. Like, he just had an upset stomach, so that's good. Just because I like cutting out the cats doesn't mean I wish them harm. They're all positive signs, and Pete wanted me to tell you we took him in the car, and he had the most.
Guys, what's on her arm right here? Just here? It's like eczema or a rash or something. I wonder what that is.
Pathetic whine. It was like half a minute long. They really are.
God, if you're gonna wipe your camera off, cut it out.
I told Pete, I'm like, I honestly don't know if I can ever.
I didn't need to be that close to her boobs. Seriously, I didn't need it.
After these pets are gone, because it's just too heartbreaking. Thinks might have just been something he ate, maybe the bug he ate. We did give him some poultry the other night. So,
I mean, if he's eating bugs, I don't think a little bit of chicken's gonna hurt him, especially if it's edible for you, it's probably edible for him, so I wouldn't worry about the poultry too much.
or I did. And it had a bit of seasoning, so she, I tried to wash it off, but even then it can still be on it, so.
Again, bugs versus a tiny bit of something else. I'm sure it wasn't that.
No more table scraps for you, which I don't give him often. He has to be on an antibiotic twice a day, which is going to be fun giving to him. He has a steroid cream on his butthole. Oh. Sorry, Sam. I feel like I'm violating his privacy because it was very red because he has so much fur back there, so it was like covered in poop, and I know you want to hear all about Sam's poop. No, and so they shaved.
For the record, for any future in the channel, I don't want to hear about anybody's poop. Not yours, not Pete's, not Sam's, not any of your lovers, any of your imaginary lovers. Please, let's just make it a poop-free channel.
Beastmaster.
What?
Maggie's schedule.
Again, you know when we talk about how you present yourself online and how you don't necessarily have to paint a target on your own back? There are enough people out there already, like, in the hater community. Like, putting a huge close-up of your red face laughing is probably not helpful there.
Get that joke.
Hi, DJ!
Please stop.
It is really hot out today. There's a heat warning. And
to be fair, she looks like it's been warm. She's been moving around. She's went to the vet. She took the cat. She looks warm.
I've passed out in heat before, so I'm not. And we're tired. I'm not going out there. We were going to do groceries today. We're going to have to do them tomorrow. And if I'm being honest, I was very stressed and I'm so tired. I really have
take a nap.
Strong urges to just comfort eat, if I'm being quite honest.
If I am remembering it correctly, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Being tired always makes decisions harder. So regulating her sleep, or trying to, would help. But to be honest, cutting the crap out of her diet will also help her to regulate her sleep. And having a schedule during the day of, say, her little exercise thing. Although still, please be careful on the stairs. It didn't look like it was doing your body much good. But having set things she does every day will give her the schedule that will help her to regulate her sleep. And then it will all kind of help each other. It's a holistic thing.
But I'm going to do my best not to. I'm having some water.
Good.
And I'm going to either watch a movie or force myself to sleep some. But
yeah. I mean, when you haven't had any sleep all night, as long as you're not sleeping all day, take a little nap, get yourself through, and then just go to bed early.
She wanted to give him a probiotic, but because the way they eat, there's a chance baby Junes would eat it too. So,
can I ask? I obviously only know human probiotics. Would it matter if the other cat ate it too? Surely that would just help that cat's health as well. Or is it like a medicine where the dose would be too high if you weren't already having problems? I don't know how cat medicine works. I'm not the cat whisperer in that regard, or in any regard, indeed. But if it's going to help him feel better, and you obviously care a lot about the health of your cats, it's had you up all night, why not change the way they're eating for now, separate their food bowls, and or get up their food bowls and just feed them at set times for the next 7 days so that he can have that probiotic and help his stomach. It seems like a mixed message to be like, I'm so worried about him, but I won't change anything that might allow me to give things that would help him.
I'm just going to do the antibiotic. But he could have diarrhea. It can take a little while for it to resolve, so not to panic, So, oh God, sorry guys. I don't know what this vlog is going to be, honestly. Like, seriously. We'll just see, I guess. We'll just see. if you guys are just happy seeing this face every day, then there you go. I'm happy.
Could also, I've just realised she's wearing the same shirt as she did yesterday. If she's hot, and she did say she was hot, and she's going to be sweaty because she was sweaty when she got in from the grocery store in the last video wearing this. I know she hasn't been to bed, so she's probably still wearing it because it happened to be what she was wearing and she hasn't been to sleep yet. But you will feel better if you get changed into something fresh as well, you know?
Just to see you guys every day and just share my life with you.
I mean, I'm happy to see her. I'm happy to see she's not off track yet.
It's so awesome that you guys enjoy my videos and write to me. I'm going to try to reply to as many as I can, but just know that it is appreciated. So I had that bacon and eggs. I'm actually not hungry. I think I'm too tired to be hungry, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it sometimes goes the other way. Like I say, being tired increases craving, but I'm sure she also feels a little bit sick, so...
If I was doing what I would normally do, yeah, I would probably eat just for the hell of it. But no, I'm trying to see if eat when I'm hungry, you know? So, this more.
We've discussed that that's not a great plan, but I'm very happy that she's being mindful. That was an unfortunate pause, sorry. She's being mindful of the fact that she could be eating for habit. She is seeing this as more of a mental hunger than a physical, and that's a really good sign that she's considering it at the very least.
Morning, I was so hungry, I could feel my stomach rumbling. I had that
no protein, you feel sick, your body's got nothing to run on.
I had a headache. That to me is hunger.
Yeah,
I don't have any of that right now, like that.
That is hunger, but don't leave yourself to get to that point. That's too much hunger. That's just going to lead to you binging and things. That's why I was saying it wasn't in the beginning of the video that the way she had planned on eating. People have given her shit for the fact she's she's already off track. I think adjusting to having protein is actually a better move for her. She couldn't have sustained what she was doing before. And if this means moving into something more sustainable, the ability to do something consistently is something I would like to see. But while also focusing on whole foods and reducing salt. I'm so worried about her blood pressure. I know she keeps going on about it, but I hope she sees a doctor really soon because that shit'll get you quick.
What I ate seemed to quell the beast a bit. Oh, and I had a coffee with I put 2 sugar and some cream.
Put sweetener in it? Why do you need sugar? Before you all come for me in the comments, I know there are arguments about sweetener being chemical crap to put in your body, but at this point in terms of it triggering cravings, I feel like sweetener would be a better choice than sugar, but I know that differs from person to person. I don't have problems with cravings when it comes to adding sweeteners to my coffee. I do have problems with sugar.
And I'm gonna have water. I will be doing some travel vlogs as well, little day trips and stuff like that.
Good.
But, I don't do those every single day, but we'll see. I'm gonna do different content. Just today I was, recipes and stuff like that.
Sorry, side note, I just noticed, just how dirty her hair is looking. Clearly the powder she puts in her hair is from yesterday because she hasn't been to bed yet. So I'd like her to wash her hair.
But today, I was very, it's going to be an off day because of everything that's going on here. It's hectic.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be off on your food though. You might be a bit off on camera. It might be a little bit, not that you have a schedule, a little bit out of joint for you, but it doesn't mean you have to eat like crap. So just keep with it.
So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for your positivity, and I'll see you in the next clip. Hey guys, I got a little extender for my necklace. So I'm back home we did groceries, which it's so hot today. There's a heat warning, like I said before. I woke up at...
I was about to say, is this a different day? But if she woke up, maybe?
Went down to sleep finally at 10:30.
Oh, same day.
And it was broken because I could hear Sam. I think he came around 2 times, rummaging through the litter box. And, poor thing. I think he's doing okay. I don't know where he is right now. I think he's sleeping somewhere, but he's gave him his medication. which he hates. Oh my God. So giving it twice a day is so stressful because, you know.
I mean, I don't imagine Sam's loving it at this point either.
You know, we went to do groceries, got up at like 5:30.
Oy. See, even if it's broken, that's a problem, because 10:30 to 5:30, that's so many hours. She's going to be awake all night again, and that's a real shame. She could have crashed at 10:30, slept till like 1, hadn't, like, that would have been enough that she could have gotten through the afternoon and gone to bed early.
So slept from 10:30 to 5:30, and I'm going to try to go to bed earlier tonight because tomorrow's Father's Day, and I'm going to spend the day at my mom's with my family.
Hope she's got something else to go with those strawberries, because it's not going to stick with her again. She needs more. I don't necessarily know if she'd be able to stick to high protein. I think she'd lose weight faster on it. High protein, like low carb. But I mean, even I'm not doing entirely low carb right now. I've started introducing oats into my diet. So, like, it's good to have fresh fruit, but she's already proven she can't sustain herself on it.
So, I don't know what kind of vlogging I'll get. I'll try to show what I eat. I've decided that I'm going to have, they're making some healthy things. My mom is, you know, I told my mom my concerns, and she's like, they were going to have barbecue steaks and stuff like that.
That's fine.
And I'm going to have, like, they're making healthy things like salad and steak. They have shrimp kebabs. We're having barbecue. So I'm going to have a normal size meal. And
I mean, as long as it doesn't turn into a binge, I think that's fine. I think that's more reasonable. And she'll feel mentally more satisfied being able to take part in this family event instead of feeling stuck in the corner with a lunchbox.
I'm also, right now, so today I had the bacon and eggs, and then so far today I had some of the maple water, about a cup of that. And then I had 3 dates just to tide me over as I go to the store. And
You guys, someone in the comments told me maple water is essentially thin syrup. It's the water you get from maple trees that you boil down into the syrup. So she's had eggs and bacon, which I'm fine with, but then she's had sugar water and sugar solids, because dates are really sugary. Like, that's not going to help her at all, and her cravings are going to go crazy.
I know my downfall right now is not planning my meals properly.
What, you mean like sugar water and dates? Yeah. I mean, it's good that she had a little snack before she went to the store, because she recognized that she was going to want food when she could see it. But think it through, man.
And not eating well-balanced meals, I still go back to this extreme, which I need to not do right away. I need to make sure that I'm having proper food combinations.
Yeah.
So, and I did read some of your comments, and some of you suggested that. So I find your comments really helpful, actually. Now I have a lot of them, so I haven't had time to heart all of them and comment back.
Read all of them?
Just in light of what's been going on with Sam and everything. So, but I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys following me on my journey. Like, I was like, wow, I have a lot of support, and it makes me emotional, because I don't know, like, I feel like I've screwed up so many times, and, you know, I don't know.
Keep that in mind next time you're completely going crazy at your audience. That you go back to mukbangs with the defense, well, I get more views and that's what my audience wants. But remember the positivity and the support you've been getting when they can see you trying healthy things. And yes, you might get criticism about the type of diet you're doing if it's unrealistic. But remember the support you're getting right now.
It just makes me feel good about what I'm doing, and it does help, like, motivate me to keep going, because I know there's so many people that are rooting for me, and it's been really hard. Even just in the store, I was looking at the Velveeta mac and cheese shells, and I was like, keep going, keep going. So I'm not saying I didn't buy any packaged food, but the majority of the food is fresh. And yeah, I bought like a couple of things, you know, just being realistic with myself. I got some Delicio. I'll show you.
What's Delicio? Is that bagels she's got in the background? I mean, they could be Pete's, but that looks like bread and bagels. Okay, here's what I need her to do for me to be happy with her diet. There is a sense of you need to be realistic. There's also a sense of as I've said about her before, she can't moderate at all. So a little of something isn't going to work. And having a little of something, even if it's a better version in the house, is just going to make her, because she's never going to forget it's there. And if it wasn't there, it would take more effort to get it, and she might rethink it. So whatever this is about to be, I wish it wasn't there. Have meat, have vegetables, have whole foods, still focus on reducing down your sugar. I don't think she'll give up carbs entirely, but be careful what carbs. Like, I can't eat rice, pastas, even breads really, because they just send me crazy. But like I said, I've been trying oatmeal recently and it's been okay. So have some carbs. You don't necessarily have to have them with every meal. You know, it doesn't have to happen. But the carbs you have, try less processed, less salt is her big one right now. Oh God.
These are individual portions, and I stood there for a long.
It doesn't matter if they're individual portions, because if you get to the point where you want pizza, you're gonna eat 8 of them. You know, like it says 2 pizzas. So if it's individual portions, I'm guessing from the picture each one is a quarter. So there's 8 in there. I mean, I'm not about to go look it up and find out. But what makes you think you're gonna stop at 1? And go back to what I just said about knowing it's there and so giving into the craving easier. You want pizza. You know there's a pizza in the freezer. You think about it for an hour and you go, no, I'm going to have one. But if it wasn't there, you want pizza. You think about it for a minute and you say, okay, there's no pizza in the house. Well, I'll order a pizza, but I don't want a whole pizza there. No, I can't. Like I said, I wouldn't order pizza. Let's do something else. If it's not there, you can't eat it. But it's not there and ready for you.
Long time thinking, 470 calories. Not bad if you have just vegetables with it as a side, you know.
I think it's a bad idea. I don't think there's any way she's going to stop at 1 if she has one. It's not that it can't be part of a calorie controlled diet. It's that she can't control herself around pizza. It's one of her triggers. She said it before, and she won't eat just one.
So, this is individual portion pizzas. So whenever I'm really, because it's going to happen. So I'm just trying, I stood there for a while thinking, shall I, shan't I kind of thing, because is it a slippery slope?
Yes.
When I eat these later.
Yes.
And as long as I eat enough tonight, I think I'll be okay. It's just when I'm really craving pizza, which I know will happen because I love pizza, and this is individual size pizzas. So there's 2 in a pack. So I'm just gonna, so it has like 400 and stuff. Never mind all the other crap that's in it.
No, mind all the other crap, because all the other crap is what's going to feed into the things in your brain that are making you crave it. And that's the issue. It's not that they can't be used the way they're intended to be used, it's that you won't use them that way and it will lead you to more things. It's your response to it.
But pizza's not a health food. I mean, technically you could make a really healthy pizza, but...
You tried that and you hated it.
This is for when I'm really, really craving pizza. I just want a pizza night. Have it with some salad with some apple cider vinegar on it. And I'm just really need to focus on balance instead of these extremes. Because like I said, I woke up today. I had the same problem. Remember with the mangoes?
I remember.
I looked at all the produce I had.
For those of you that weren't here for mangoes, she decided to become a fruitarian. She bought a crate of mangoes in the middle of winter in Canada, so unsurprisingly they weren't ripe. And then she woke up the next day and was like, I can't face them. And I think she binged. Or did a mukbang, I can't remember. But she was just like, I can't do it. Like she bought the stuff, she didn't even have one fruitarian meal. She was just like, I can't face it. So that's what happened with the mangoes.
I felt a bit nauseous, and I was like...
You were hungry.
I need something on top of that, and I think I said what I said about the protein, but I think I was wrong about that, like having protein, fat, healthy carbs, and fruits and vegetables, like try to have a balanced meal.
I mean, I would say protein, fat, and vegetables at the moment. Have your healthy carbs come from vegetables and fruit because they're going to be less triggering than some sources of healthy carbs. And that's the case for me anyway, and I've seen no evidence to suggest that she would be different. Doesn't mean she's not, but we tend to react very similarly to food, and I think keeping this out would be better.
Really is more satisfying, so I'm learning. You know, I'm gonna make mistakes, so I did email my doctor.
She's making one right now. Oh, she emailed her doctor, good.
My family doctor, that's how we communicate usually, sometimes over the phone, but I asked her for help. I asked if I could be referred to a dietitian. I think dietitian is covered by the Ontario health plan, my health insurance, so I'm gonna see a dietitian if I can.
That would be really good, again, provided she follows the advice, because she went and saw a weight loss doctor and then didn't follow his plan. So the problem with the dietitian, like, I'm really happy she wants to go see one. I would like her to keep us up to date on that, so it doesn't just disappear off into the ether. It would be great for her to see one, but it'll only be helpful if she follows it. So I want updates on that. I would love for that to be a helpful tool for her. Did you talk to him about your blood pressure?
And because I'm just going to admit, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to forming proper meals.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if I can do that.
I mean, it's okay to ask for help. The good point here, the really positive thing here, is she's willing to admit she doesn't know. Because usually she's very much, I know what I'm supposed to do, just not doing it. You know, and I know better than any plan. And I know this philosophy is so good. And I'd rather she spoke to someone whose job it is to look at that stuff and admit that she doesn't have the right answers and to try something. That would be great.
But keep suggesting things for me, guys, like your meals that you love and things that help.
So that I can ignore my dietitian's plan and go see Swami, whoever.
I'm going to read through some more tonight, and it is a good support system, you know, so.
Remember.
Now I'm not going to gear every video around just what I'm eating. You know, I'm going to include tidbits in my day, because obviously you're going to see that. But for things when I do travel vlogs and stuff like that, it's probably just going to be more focused just on that.
I'm fine with travel vlogs as long as they're not a means to hide food she's eating on the road. But I'd actually be fine with her doing videos like this. She said she wanted the accountability. I'd like to see what she's eating and the fact that she is still on track. I'm glad she put the picture up on her Instagram, because I was genuinely worried that this was the last we were going to hear from her for a few days. So I'm hoping she turns that into a vlog and we can go along with her. But I'd be fine with this content. This content is you know, seems to be working to an extent. So keep going with this if you want to.
I'll show you maybe what I'm having, but I want to do other kinds of material as well as these vlogs. So, hi guys.
I wish
All right, so I had 3 dates and some maple water, which is
Sugar.
not really sustainable.
She had sugar.
But that was just before going to the grocery store. It gave me a bit of energy.
Yeah, I bet it
was
did.
hard walking around this time. Not
This time? Every time. We saw your vlog yesterday.
it's just like I had chest pain. Like I had chest pain for some reason.
Talk to your doctor. For some reason, she's talking about her high blood pressure, and now when she walks, she gets chest pain. Girl's gonna drop dead. She needs to talk to somebody. She'll go to the emergency room after eating a block of cheese because she's got diarrhea, but she won't talk to a doctor. Having phoned the doctor today to request a dietitian, she doesn't talk to a doctor about chest pain? Come on.
And walking around, which I sometimes get. Sometimes I get a headache.
Sometimes
I get chest pain.
your heart's gonna explode. Go see somebody. Please go see somebody. That's a genuine, serious condition. Go see somebody. I don't want you to die on screen.
I just kind of like sit my ass down on, like, you know, the meat section in the cold fridge. There's like a ledge. I kind of just like lean on it, sit for a minute. I know it's a sign that I need to improve my health. So
Yeah, with a doctor. Because if you're getting chest pain, you may need medicine. Help me, guys. Help me. That's serious business. That's not like, I'll improve my diet and lower my salt, which you'll need to do. That's, you need medicine. And you need tests. And you need a doctor now.
Anyway, I'm gonna have some, I washed these fresh strawberries. Don't they look nice?
They do look
and
nice.
I'm gonna have, this is not really the best, but I got some of these. They were on
Salami and hard cheese. This would be the stuff that your heart's probably not appreciating. Now, these as a snack in general are not that bad. Yeah, especially because they're small and they tend to be, they're good on the go when you don't have other choices for like weight loss surgery patients, because they can just eat the meat and the cheese out of it. But if you're having chest pain and you've already had bacon today, you don't need another processed meat. You don't need a hard cheese. Like, yes, I wanted sustainability, but now you've got chest pain and you said you get it sometimes. You need to work immediately on lowering that salt that I talked about. And this would be a really easy thing to not have. Yes, having a fruit, a meat, a fat, like the components of this meal are fine in terms of it being a balanced meal, way better than what you were doing yesterday. But honey, you don't need salami right now.
I got 3 of these, and I did get, like, just, you know, but this will...
Somebody look that up and tell me what kind of sodium is in that, please.
I'm gonna be cooking a really nice dinner, but I'm so hungry, so I'm gonna have this together, and I'm craving a huge salad. Like, I'm craving like crisp lettuce and vegetables. This is corn medley. So whole kernel corn, green olives, black olives, and red bell pepper. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top. I have black beans. I'm craving a Southwest like chicken salad.
I mean, that sounds fine. Again, it's canned vegetables, but she's going to be putting it on fresh vegetables. So compared to other things she could eat, like that's okay. But oh, I can't believe she's been having chest pain and she hasn't had it checked. I'm going to be on this for a while. Sorry, guys.
You know, and I got these here. The ingredients are, there's only jalapeno.
What
The
is that?
ingredients are pretty minimal, which is good. There's no like weird
What are they?
maltodextrin or whatever the heck, you know, like there's nothing.
I don't know what language. I'm guessing French, but that's bread, right? Those are going to be like croutons. Those are going to be deep fried croutons.
Nothing I can't pronounce in these. For 1 tablespoon, 40 calories, I'm just going to top my salad for a little bit of crunch with these crispy jalapenos. So I got that for my salad, and I have some fresh peppers, tomatoes, lettuce. I have some spinach. I'm gonna butterfly a chicken breast and put some seasonings, put it in the oven. So I'm excited to make this. Yeah, I've never had this before.
It's gonna taste like pepperoni and
red
cheese.
Wine, Gouda cheese. They're like the gourmet Lunchable. Yum. You know it's good. You know I like them.
I know it's killing you.
300 calories, not bad.
Sodium? Sodium. What's the sodium?
Alright guys, so I've had a bit of change of heart now that I'm cooking the shepherd's pie, or cottage pie, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually kind of craving that now, but I didn't.
I don't have a problem with having a serving of cottage pie for dinner. I really don't. But this is a good example of just stick to a plan, man, you know? Like, have your salad, have your cottage pie if you want the cottage pie, but you can't keep flip-flopping. And can I ask, why is she making cottage pie if initially she didn't have a plan to eat it? Pete's a big boy. She's not his mum. She doesn't have to cook for him. Let him, like, he's perfectly capable. And he said in the other, it was either a stream or video, she was like, oh, I won't cook for you. And he's like, I can put some chicken nuggets in. I think it's for the junk food day or whatever. Like, he's capable of getting food and mooching his own food if she doesn't cook for him. It just won't be homemade food. And so do yourself a favor so that you stick to plan. Stop cooking for him. Let him fend for himself.
Make a huge salad. Look at this dressing.
That's a lot of dressing.
Oh yeah, so we're
Measure.
gonna toss my salad in a bit.
Please don't eat that whole bowl. Yeah, because that's where you're going to have an issue.
I was looking at like salad dressings and like all the like ingredients in them. I'm just like, why? They're so easy to make. Now that I've made them, you know. So it's just the Beyond Meat ground.
It's a weird color, but I suppose if it's the Beyond Beef, it's not actual meat. This is why I wouldn't have a problem with her having this. So it's not that I'm moaning, oh my God, you're having shepherd's pie. It's fine if she's eating a decent portion, it's fine. But you just change your mind every 3 seconds. And also, she was sad and she was tired, but she managed to get around the grocery store. She can stand while cooking. She can and she should.
So it's just some seasoning. So just like a bunch of seasonings, whatever seasonings you want, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, black pepper. I put about a quarter cup of ketchup, and I put 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcester sauce.
Worcestershire.
And I think that's about it. And I added some...
Or just Worcester sauce.
Mixed vegetable medley, frozen. So that's all. It's pretty basic. And now I have some mashed potatoes that I've whipped with a bit of cream. Best-sell margarine is what I had. You can use anything.
For the sake of our heart, my mum always used to put a little bit of milk into a mashed potato. So for the sake of her heart, why not just go slightly lower fat with it? Hey.
And I put a bit of cheeky cheese, some Parmesan.
Oh.
So that's what I'm going to put.
Because it doesn't matter if she's loading it with cheese.
Sorry. The only part about cooking that sucks, the cleanup after. It's not that bad. I kind of clean as I go, even though it might not look like it.
As she said that, I looked in the back and I was like, oh, no, doesn't look like it.
We're just gonna... Now you can drizzle some butter on top or put some cheese, but I'm just gonna leave it as is. I already have enough.
I thought you thought I'm going to leave it as. I was like, you just said you put cheese in the mash. But then she said that and I calmed down.
Dairy and fats in this meal.
Yeah.
It's my salad and my dressing.
Don't put that fork back on that pie.
Oh, and I added garlic powder.
Don't you do it.
That is
Okay.
divine. Okay.
So, I think that meal is fine. I think if she'd come into things 2 days ago saying, I'm going to eat like this, I would have been really happy to see it. So it's just her going back and forth because she promises things that she can't deliver. But this meal looks fine to me.
Doesn't that look good?
It kind of does.
I'm going to try it in a minute. First, I'm going to toss the salad with the dressing. I have added a little bit of those crispy jalapenos. This could probably keep in the fridge for probably a few days at least, about a week maybe.
I'm happy she measured that. I was really worried. I was like, don't pour it in. But if she's not sure how long it keeps, what's she planning? Like, it's a lot of dressing. Is she planning on consuming that over the next 2 days? Because if it's got Greek yogurt in, I feel like it maybe won't keep past a few days. And she's not going to want to waste it. I think she just make a little bit less and then she won't be tempted to eat it to finish it off.
Okay, I'm going to try the salad here. I have an olive, tomato, piece of cheese, jalapeno, cilantro, with our homemade creamy Greek yogurt dressing.
It's a big old
Pretty
forkful.
big.
Oh, get it off your chin. Can't get away from the mukbanging. Get it off your chin.
That was really good.
Still there. Still there.
It's hot. Let's try.
Her eating is as gross as ever.
Delicious. Alright, I'm gonna eat my dinner.
Wipe your face.
I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, her eating didn't seem too bad. It's still not particularly well planned. And she really needs to get into that. I'm terrified about her chest pains. I'm terrified about her sudden headache she's been talking about. She needs to see a doctor ASAP for that because it's going to kill her. And she's still eating like the cheese and the sausage meats, which isn't going to be great for that. But that notwithstanding, the fact that she needs to seriously look at her sodium and sugar intake, notwithstanding, the food in today's video is a hell of a lot more realistic for her than the food that was in the previous day's video. yes, she can still, she said she's going to talk to a dietitian. We'll see if that happens. She needs to look at eating more regularly. And even with today, when she said the thing she put on Instagram saying that, oh, I didn't eat all day to do this. She needs to eat regularly so she's not getting to the point with hunger, because once she's that hungry, she's going to make poor choices. But I would call this day better than her previous one. And I hope she continues to make progress to find some good balance in her diet that can help her to improve her health and that she can keep doing. So we'll see when her next video comes, how that goes and how she does. But for now, I'm signing off. Please like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear your thoughts on the video, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.